Welcome to another video. It's a beautiful spring day, if a little windy, so I apologise for any of the sound that might interrupt the video, shall I say. But I'm in a bit of a sheltered spot, so now hopefully you'll be able to hear me. Where am I? I'm local to me. I'm in the South Wales valleys. I'm in a valley called Cwm, and about a mile down that way I would come to Abertillery. Abertillery is where I was born back in 1958, so I'm not actually far from where I was born, and when I get up on top of the hill I might be able to actually see down into Bishop Street. So if I can, I'll show you where I was born. Where am I going? I'm going to Trig Point. I'm doing a trig point today, and this particular trig point was the first trig point I ever came across back in, let's say, the late 60s. I was probably about 10 or 11. When I was a kid, we used to play up the mountain, and I think I mentioned on this channel before, going wild camping in a place called Bobby's Helmet. And when we got to the top of the mountain, I remember seeing this concrete pillar. Didn't have a clue what it was at the time, and years later obviously here I am tapping every trig point that I can find or get to. So I've not really tapped it as such, so today I thought it would be a nice change to actually revisit the very first trig point that I've been to. So I've mapped out a route starting at the St Paul's Church in Cwm up into by Cwm Reservoir, and I'm just about to turn right to head up onto Coity Mountain, which is behind me. Once I get to the top, I'm going to turn right, head down the ridge towards, well, if I carried on I would end up at Brynithel. But about a couple of miles down that route I'm going to turn right and drop down into a village called Six Bells, which is below Abertillery, past the Abertillery Bluebirds football pitch, which wasn't there when I was a kid, but there is a wood on the left hand side as I go down called Coed Gilfach, I think. It looked, somebody on Facebook, a friend of Deb's, put a couple of pictures up about a week or so ago, and I thought, oh, that looks quite interesting, some beech woodland behind her. So I thought, when I get the opportunity, here comes the wind, I'll go and have a little look at it. On the video today I've showed you bits of a woodland opposite me, which is Coed Crug, which is below St James's. Now, according to Dr. Oliver Rackham, this woodland is the highest ancient oak woodland in the UK. There are some sessile oaks just below the top of the ridge there. They're dwarf sessile oaks. They're quite amazing. I visited them a couple of years ago, and it's about 1,500 feet. So he's saying that that is probably the highest ancient woodland, or ancient oak woodland in Great Britain. So close to where I live, we have the highest ancient beech woodland in Cwm, and there are loads of videos online that I've taken from there. And here, just a couple of valleys across, is Coed Crug, which has got a pretty amazing oak woodland. So I'll turn the camera around and show you exactly where I'm looking at. So this is Cwm Reservoir below me. I come from down this way, walk past this tree, there's houses in the distance there. I come from around the corner, but this is Coed Crug, I think, and this is Mynydd James, not St James, sorry. So this is Mynydd James, and just on the top of the ridge there, I think it's at 1,500 feet, and the woodland stretches just about to the edge of the ridge. So quite interesting, some fabulous, doesn't look very green from here, So the trees have not probably turned as yet. They are in other places. If I look sort of across to this way, a little bit lower in the woodland, so they probably won't turn or, you know, get green for a little while yet, because perhaps because they're so high, I'm not quite sure. Anyway, I've had a breather, so I'm now going to get my sticks out, because my knee has been hurting since I did the walk last week up onto Varteg, that was a couple of weeks ago. Where did I go last week? Up onto the Bloringe and Garnwen. I did an 11-mile walk, which is on my channel, the last video actually. So I've brought my sticks with me today, and I'm going to use them to go up the hill. So I'll be... Wow, it's windy. Let's go. Let's go find this trig point. Tap. Alright, I don't know what this stone is, but it needs to come off, I think. One side. Right, let's have a sit down for a second. And I can't get out of the wind because it's just everywhere, and I'm on an open plain, so to speak. Great views up here. As I said, this is the first trig point that I ever saw back when I was a kid. I'm about 10, perhaps 11. I've seen it many times since, but and I have got a photograph of it somewhere on my hard drives, unless it was one of the hard drives that I lost. I've been trying to find it, can't find it. So I'm gonna get a shot of it now, and then I'm gonna head down into Nantergroes, down towards Six Bells. So I've dropped down from the trig point, which was very, very windy. It's still quite windy where I am, but part of the reason I came today was to check out the woodland that is below me. I'm just going to enter it now, but I thought I'd stop and have a packet of crisps and a drink before I do. I'm above Nantergroes, stream of the creek or something, I think. Oh, somebody's on a push bike, or are they on a motorbike? To my right, looks like a push bike, I think. I'm just off the road, so they won't be seeing me. So I'm going to check out this woodland. I'll just turn you around and you can have a little look. So this is the woodland. I'm not interested in the forest on the right. I'm interested in this woodland on the left. So after I've had a bite to eat and a drink, I'm going to make my way down through the woodland. Looks to be a couple of paths there, so if it's any good, I shall take a few shots, because it's not really a photographic day. It's very bright out, come back perhaps at autumn. Just checking it out.